FDA has approved Pfizer's booster shot for emergency use in seniors and other people considered high risk. A panel of advisors to the CDC will vote today on who's eligible before the government makes those doses available. So for more on all of this, let's bring in Weijia Jiang at the White House. Weijia, this is a dramatic scale back of the original plan for booster shots. Is there any explanation for that, or is the White House concerned that will add to the hesitancy?
So the White House has been getting pounded with this very question for weeks now, ever since it became clear that their original plan, which was to give the booster shot if you had Pfizer or Moderna to basically the general population starting on this past Monday. Obviously, that did not happen. But they would argue that this is actually a reason why people should trust the recommendations even more, because even when they announced that original plan, they said there was a disclaimer that the FDA would have to approve it. And, they set expectations that perhaps the data or the science would change, which is exactly what happened. And that is why these researchers now and the people making the recommendations are erring on the side of caution. Now, to be clear, Dr. Fauci says, if you've already gotten your third dose of Pfizer, which some people may have done on their own without this official guidance, you're probably going to be okay medically. But he does recommend that you wait to hear from federal officials and get the green light before you go out and get a third dose, just in case. And that's where we are today. So this panel to the CDC is expected to vote on who is eligible, even though the FDA has already made their own recommendations. And then the CDC director will formally adopt those recommendations. And then, the people in those age groups, the people who are considered high risk, will be able to get their third shot almost right away, because this is not an issue of supply. It really is more about who should and can get it.
All right, so we will stand by for the CDC's advisory committee's decision today on those recommendations. Switching gears, yesterday, President Biden met with Democratic lawmakers on his $3.5 trillion, quote, Build Back Better agenda, and to convince the party to come together ahead of crucial voting deadlines. How did those meetings go?
Well, publicly, the White House is saying that they went very well and that there is much more work to do and that the president will continue to have more meetings in the coming days. But what's really important here is to note that he's not meeting with Republicans. He's meeting with different factions of his own party, because that is where the rift is right now. I just want to be clear, in case some people aren't following this as closely as we are, there are two infrastructure proposals as part of the president's overall agenda. One is bipartisan. It is very narrow, so it focuses on traditional infrastructure like roads, bridges, tunnels, fixing all those things, and that has Republican support. There is another one that is much bigger, $3.5 trillion. And Democrats know they don't have a single Republican who would vote for it. So they are planning to go at it alone with that big one that addresses more human infrastructure, like, universal pre-K as an example, expanding health care. That is the one that is really holding people up, because moderate Democrats are saying that price tag is outrageous. We're not going to vote for it. Progressives are really putting their foot down and drawing a red line to say, this is what we need to invest in our future. And if we don't move on that smaller package, if we don't have some movement on this big package that we want, we're not going to move on that smaller one. So the president really has to use his negotiating skills here, because, again, this is a party that's supposed to be unified by now. And, it's really the infighting that's holding it up.
Well, Weijia, thank you, as always, for breaking down the big, complicated issues and for clarifying that there are two infrastructure plans, one of which is much more likely to pass than the other. Thank you. Sure.